The building was a bland gray that blended in with the cloudy sky. Black plain text lettered the front in a generic font. Wealth of Time. 3 panes of glass were centered below the lettering, with the middle one serving as the only door. "Has this always been here?" Martin asked, unimpressed with the exterior. His mother lowered her brow in thought. "I honestly don't know. In my 60 years living here, I can't say I've ever been in this part of the neighborhood." They had passed the church and driven through a residential neighborhood for 2 blocks before spitting out into a random lot where the building stood. "They certainly won't last long in this location. How's anyone supposed to find it?" "We found it easily enough." Martin wanted to tell his mom that wasn't the point, but let it slide as he sensed her growing excitement to get inside the store. He parked, the lot empty with the exception of one other car, and stepped out to the brisk evening. The sun fought its way through the clouds before setting for the night, casting a hazy orange glow. A rusty sign hung next to the tall windows that read, "Come on in. We're open." Martin insisted this building had already existed, its exterior worn down from years of enduring the Colorado weather. A fresh coat of paint could make it look brand new. He followed his mother as she climbed the 3 short steps and pulled open the door. A bell chimed as she crossed the threshold into the empty store. The store stretched back into eternity. Martin craned his neck to see as far as possible and still couldn't find the back wall. The building hadn't looked this long from the outside, and his mind twisted in confusion. Obvious sections of furniture, music, kitchenware, china, and ceramics, figurines, clocks, and jewelry separated the store. Marilyn soaked in the inventory of old knickknacks with wide eyes. "I've never seen a store so big. Not an antique store." Her voice echoed, and she realized they were alone. "Anyone here?" she shouted. A white head of hair popped up in the distance as an elderly man made his way down the never-ending aisle toward them. "Please, come in." His voice bounced off the walls. "Welcome." He approached them and stuck out a bony hand with little white hairs curled around his knuckles. He smiled at Martin from his long, droopy face. The short white hair on his head matched that on his fingers. "Chris Spidell at your service. Pleased to meet you fine folks." He shook their hands more aggressively than Martin anticipated. The old man's flesh felt cold as ice, as if he were holding a frozen drink for the last few minutes. "I'm Martin Briar, and this is my mother, Marilyn." Martin spoke uneasily. He thought Chris's irises looked black at first glance, but realized they were dark brown after closer inspection. "Glad to have you folks." He kissed Marilyn's hand when she offered it, causing redness to bloom in her cheeks. "What can I do for you kiddos today?" "We were hoping to look around. I heard a new store was open in town, and I just love antique shops," Marilyn said as she held her kissed hand in front of her. "Fair enough." Chris clapped his hands together. "Poke around. I have some great stuff you'll both enjoy. Do you like baseball, young man?" He turned to Martin. "I haven't kept up much with it in recent years, but I used to be a big fan." "Well, I have some very rare collectible cards. You can find them on a shelf near the dolls over there." Chris poked a skinny thumb in the direction of the wistful porcelain dolls that faced the front entrance. "Thank you. I'll be sure to take a look." "And you, young lady, is there anything in particular that you're looking for?" He offered what looked like a forced grin to Marilyn. "Not really. If something grabs my eye, then I'll take a closer look." "With all due respect, madam, this is an antique shop. We are the keepers of time, the guardians of treasure, and the watchmen of memories. You should be looking for something to catch your heart, not your eye."